Well, we're back. Thanks for watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. It's 6:47 right now and 73 degrees in Cleveland. Somewhere it might be a little different, depending on if you're out by the river. But for our purposes here at the studio, it's 73 degrees.
Feels a little warmer in here under the lights.
It's not quite that temperature here. I was fanning when I came back on here. We have a special guest. Machelle McCulley is here. And she's with the River Worship Center, a fashion show, and we're going to learn about fashion, I guess. Yes. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Glad that you came in. Tell us, first of all, about the fashion show. How many years have you had this?
This will be our third year having the fashion show. We do it at our church. We turn the whole church into a New York City fashion show with everything with valet parking, and we build a stage and have lights and loud music, and we do it all with thrift store clothes. So it's all from thrift store and consignment store clothes, and we're doing it just to be a fun thing for the community and teach ladies how they can dress.
How to dress, and even on a budget, I assume, if it's all from thrift store clothes.
Being a female, I love clothes, just like all other females, but it's so important just to fit it into your budget, and that's a great idea. I love that.
Thank you.
You know, that's funny because I have a granddaughter who prefers to shop at thrift stores.
Yeah.
And she likes vintage clothes.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of vintage clothing at the fashion show?
Yes, we have a lot of vintage clothes. And we mix it with the modern stuff, and so it's just really different. And then we can add, you know, we add some of our new things to it too, but it's mainly just to teach the ladies that they can be beautiful on a budget, and it doesn't have to be, they're very expensive looking clothes, so you wouldn't know that they come from a thrift store.
Oh, that is amazing.
This would be a great idea for teenagers too, for teenage girls to teach them that it's not about whether you spend $300 on a pair of blue jeans.
Yes.
Or $500 for a Coach bag.
Exactly.
See, you're amazed that I know about
that.
I
am amazed you know about that, Dan.
I have granddaughters.
True.
But it's always fun to watch them and the combinations that they come up with. What was your motivation behind doing this, Machelle?
Well, I wanted to teach women, especially right now in the economy, that they can be beautiful on a budget. They don't have to spend a lot to be pretty. And I teach them how they go into the thrift stores, because sometimes it can be very overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. So I go in and teach them that. And then also, I had an idea that if we did this, we could sell tickets to this and use that money for a local benefit. And so we do that to, we usually would pick a charity and use that money for that.
There are a number of thrift stores in this region, and it seems like they have increased since the economy has taken a dive. But where do you normally shop to get those items for the fashion show?
Well, I shop at local thrift stores here.
Any suggestions, any names you can throw out?
Yes, In Vogue is very good.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that. That's a neat place.
Yes, In Vogue is very good. The local Goodwill is good. And every time we go to a different state, I always look up the Goodwills, the thrift stores. So also yard sales. I go to a lot of yard sales and find things.
I know there's quite a large thrift store in Ooltewah there at Exit 11. I think it's called the Samaritan's Place.
Samaritan's Place.
Yes.
Now that's one of my granddaughter's favorites, and she goes there and goes through. She was so happy one day. She came out and had a great big old bag, and Granddad, look at this. And I said, what do you have? She says, I only paid $10 for all of these clothes.
Yes.
I was just thought, wow, that's great.
But it is
Speaking of being thrifty.
You know, it's wonderful. And you know, you learn what days the thrift stores have sales and things like that. So that's great.
Now tell us about the River Worship Center. How do you tie that fashion show in with your church? And tell us about the center itself.
Okay. We're in Delano, Tennessee. We're an interdenominational church. And we tie it in, we bring in lots of different, it's very good for us to bring in lots of different churches and organizations and denominations, and we use it just as a time for the ladies to have fun and to bless them and just to get together and, you know, maybe just if they've been stressed out or, you know, whatever, just to come in, and we use it just to bless them and also to bless the organization. And this year we've chose Mercy's Door to bless. So.
Okay, great. We'll learn more about Mercy's Door in just a moment. We have Paula is standing by over here, Paula Malone, and we're going to learn about Mercy's Door in just a moment. That's another wonderful charity. But talk about the models. Where do you find the models? Do you have men models too, or just all women models?
We do have a couple of men models. They're not as excited about getting on the stage.
They did it because
yes.
They made me do this.
Yes.
I know how we men are.
But we have this year we're actually adding the little girls. This is the first year we've had little girls, and our ladies in our church volunteer to do it. And then I go outside the church too to incorporate the community, the local community ladies in different churches, so we can fellowship with different churches. So.
Yeah. So you said it's set up like a New York fashion show.
Yes.
You have the runway and all of
Yes.
that, and the lights and the loud music
Yes.
and the flashing light. You have
flashing lights, loud
really?
music.
I bet it'd be a spectacle just to go see that.
I know, that's what I was just sitting here thinking.
That
That'd
would
be great.
a lot of
it's
fun.
amazing.
And why did you pick Mercy's Door?
The reason we chose Mercy's Door is we love sewing into it's a home for children that have been abandoned. Okay. So, and we know Paula and Randall Malone very well, and it's good seed. The children are unbelievable, and we wanted to pick them this year because, you know, they've been abandoned, and we wanted to raise enough money. We're believing we're going to raise more than $2,000, but that's just
fantastic.
in ticket sales,
only
in ticket sales. So, and we've already met our ticket sales. So, but we're believing we're going to sell more. Yes, and once the people find out about the tickets going on sale, they go so fast.
Yeah, this is the third annual fashion show. So is it picking up momentum? Is it beginning to grow?
Yes. We have already outgrown the facility, and my husband tells me, you can sell no more tickets. He says, I don't know where we're going to put these people. So we're going to have to find we're hoping to bring it to Cleveland next year, and maybe there'll be a place that'll let us use it there and to benefit what charity we choose next year.
About how big is the crowd usually?
Well, right now we have, not including our models and all of our workers, we probably have 50 workers and models, but we're sold out at 240 right now.
Wow.
That is a good crowd.
That's great.
For a small community like Delano,
Yeah,
they must
is
really like this fashion
Yes.
show. Is there space for anyone still to get in the show?
No, not
you're
right
sold
now.
out.
We're sold out. Unless we have some that can't come, we're sold out. They can check the website at the church and see if there may be some tickets left, because sometimes at the last minute things happen. But unfortunately, we're sold out this year.
Yeah. Any tickets left?
No tickets.
No tickets
No
left.
tickets.
Sorry, you can't go, Michelle.
I was all excited. I was ready to go.
You're a fashion diva. You like to go to those things. Well, but it's for a great, great cause, and there is a website.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's riverworshipcenter.com. They can go on the website, and there's also a video from last year's fashion show they can go on and see.
That'd be fun to
It's
watch.
archived under the fall fashion show.
Do you find that the ladies feel better about themselves when they're able to dress up? And
Yes.
even though the clothes, as you say, are thrift clothes, but they look nice and they're
Yes.
clean and they look like fashion models.
Yes.
What does that do for the self-esteem of the ladies?
I have seen women that I have chosen to be in the fashion show. They may come in and they may be feeling like, I can't do this, or I just don't really feel good about myself. Or sometimes ladies especially get in this mode of, you know, after they have kids or whatever, they really don't want to spend money on themselves and do for themselves. But when they come in and I choose the clothes for them, their whole countenance, their whole attitude changes. It makes them feel so good about themselves.
So how did you get personally started in doing this? It's an interesting to me to know how you did that.
How I started.
How you got started in producing this fashion show, and how you got interested in fashion.
Oh, I've loved fashion ever since I've been little. I've always wanted to do, you know, a fashion show, but all the ladies at church kept saying, well, we should put one on, with all the clothes you find, because I'd buy stuff for them and put it together. And so finally I just said, well, let's just try it. So the first year was, you know, small, and it's grown each year.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. It's an outlet for me too.
It's just something that you just,
Yes.
a natural gift, and you just picked it up and said,
Yes.
we can do this. And
Yes.
so you share your gift with others. I was just looking, I'm sure women notice shoes, but I just happened to notice her shoes. Speaking of fashion.
I noticed her
I
shoes when
love her
she
shoes.
came in. I do
don't know if
too.
I can get a shot of that or not, but I
love her shoes too.
Is that a leopard print? What
These
is
are
it?
leopard print, yes.
They are.
And there will be lots of these in the fashion show.
Will there be?
Yes.
Okay.
I like those.
I like those shoes.
And what's
Well,
fun is also after the fashion show, we sell everything that's on the platform. And we probably have 150 outfits this year, complete outfits, shoes, purses, we have hats, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, so the clothes are sold after the
Yes.
fashion show.
Yes.
I see. Now, you put them together as an ensemble and sell them as an ensemble, or
They can do whatever
either
they
way?
can. Yes.
I
And
see.
ladies rush to get to the store afterwards. It's a big rush. So.
Now, are you able to get these items donated, or do you go out and purchase them at the store?
I purchased some. My cosmetic line, Vendima Girl Cosmetics. I purchase all the clothes, and but I would like to have sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I would like to have sponsors.
That'd be great. Well, as big as that crowd is, I would think you could get some sponsors
Yes.
for that. So, wow. Well, I know you're looking forward to many more wonderful, successful years with the fashion show at the River Worship Center. Don't forget that's coming up when?
September 24th.
24th of September, about a month away. Going to be lots of fun, and if you get lucky, there may be a cancellation. You can get a ticket to get in.
It will also be live. If they go to the website, they can click onto the live streaming.
Oh, you're
and
gonna
so
stream
it'll
it?
be live. Yes.
Fantastic. So you get to go. See, that doesn't cost anything. You just sit at home and watch it.
Yes.
Stream it live.
Yes.
There you go.
That is great.
Well, it's for a great cause, and we're going to find out about that cause coming up. We're going to talk to Paula Malone about Mercy's Door, another wonderful charity that has benefited from this fashion show. I want to thank Machelle McCulley for coming, and thank you for your heart to share this with the ladies in your church and in your community. And it seems like it's turning into a wonderful, wonderful adventure.
Yes.
For you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for being here. You're watching the Tennessee Valley This Morning. We'll be back in just a moment with some headline news, and we're going to talk to Paula. Don't go away.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Now's your chance to showcase your small business products or services. The Be Your Own Boss Expo is coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September the 17th. This expo will provide you with networking opportunities and services to help you grow your small business. Vendors will be able to connect with hundreds of potential clients without the high expense of advertising. If you own a small business in or around Cleveland, Tennessee, you do not want to miss this event. For more information, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered. And you're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. It's 7:03. I was going to say 7:02. Did you see that?
I did see it change.
Just as I said, it is 7:0, and I had to change and say 7:03. We have Paula on the set with us, but before we talk to her about Mercy's Door, I want to give you some headline news and let you catch up on what's going on around the region. Wacker Chemical is starting the next wave of hiring for its new plant in Bradley County. HR Director Erica Burke says Wacker is searching for 60 more lead chemical and technical operators. Anyone who has an employment profile on file on Wacker's website should update their profile to express interest in those jobs. Candidates should have a mechanical or chemical background. Tennessee Deputy Governor Claude Ramsey will pay a courtesy call on Wacker today. Ramsey and Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis will meet with Wacker's North American project manager as well as the company's chief counsel. Ramsey says the meeting is simply to let Wacker officials know of the project's importance to the region and see if there are any issues that need to be addressed. Cleveland's E.L. Ross Elementary School is getting a new leader. Former Cleveland High School assistant principal Lisa Irby has taken over the helm for E.L. Ross. Irby has more than 18 years of experience in city schools and was selected from a field of 5 candidates. The Bradley Cleveland Greenway system is expanded with a half-mile connector spur that adjoins the retreat at Spring Creek, a luxury gated neighborhood on 25th Street at APD 40. The developers, TDK Construction, made a $13,000 donation to the Greenway Board. The money will be used to complete the connector, which is scheduled to open soon. The company has just completed that 199-unit gated neighborhood located directly across from the Spring Creek development. They're on APD 40 near, well, it's on 25th Street, just down the road from where Hall Chevrolet used to be. You're caught up. Let's check our forecast now and see what's happening around the areas weather-wise. It's going to be a pretty good day, it looks like. Partly sunny tomorrow, partly cloudy on Wednesday, and a chance of thunderstorms I've heard on Wednesday. I'm not sure about that, but that's a rumor I've heard. And today it should be in the low 90s, overnight lows about 60 to 61 degrees right now. It's a little bit humid and 73, but it's supposed to get less humid as the day goes along. So there you go.
Good deal.
It's a decent Monday. And we're so glad to have with us another guest, and that would be Paula Malone with Mercy's Door. We talked about Mercy's Door a moment ago with Michelle, and now we're going to find out firsthand what Mercy's Door is. Tell us about it.
Mercy's Door is a home for children who have been abused, abandoned, and neglected.
Oh.
It's a place for them a safe place for them to go and to grow and experience the unconditional love of God.
Oh, great. And where is it located at?
It's located in Dalton, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. When did you open the homes?
The Paula Malone Foundation originated in 2006. And then the homes opened shortly after that. The foundation was originated so that it would help at-risk hurting children. Mm-hmm. We have 3 homes. 2 of the homes have 6 boys apiece, and then the 3rd home is for girls, and it has 8 girls.
Yeah. Now you mentioned something there that I want to explore. The Paula Malone Foundation. You said, tell us about that. What is that?
It was just a foundation that was started to help us open up the homes, and for people that wanted to sponsor and to give into the foundation would go toward the homes.
Okay.
Very good. And tell us about these children. Are they at-risk children? Where do you find these children?
The children come from DFACS, Department of Family and Children Services. When they find that children are being abused, not abandoned or neglected, then they have to take them away from the parents, the ones who were supposed to love and cherish them. Yeah. And so then we're there to take up the slack.
I see.
So it's kind of like a foster?
Somewhat, yes.
Foster care. Okay.
Yes, we keep the homes family oriented.
Okay.
We have parents that live inside the homes. And those parents dedicate their lives to, raising these children.
Wow.
Until they can either go back to their home, with their parents, or, they stay with us, or we actually have adopted several out. My husband and I just last year adopted a sibling group. And we've seen several that that have gotten to be adopted out,
wow.
which is awesome.
Yeah, that's precious. Is there an age limit on the children that you accept?
18.
Up to 18.
Yes.
So any minor.
Yes.
And tell us about the children that you've had through the years. What's the youngest that you've had?
9.
9 years old.
Yeah.
I see.
From 9 to 18.
Yeah. Are you equipped to even take toddlers?
We are licensed for 6 years old to up to 18.
Up to 18, I see.
And then if we have them at 18, when they're 18 and they've been with us for a while, they choose to stay, then they are allowed to stay because, you know, 18, sometimes you're not mature enough, you can't make it on your own, so we're there to help them.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It sounds like you try to make this as much a family atmosphere as possible.
Yes, yes, definitely.
So, and the people who are the, what do you call them, house parents?
Yes.
I'm sure they have to be people who feel a calling of some kind to do
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely, they do.
Tell us about these people.
Well, they have to be people who know the unconditional love of God because, you know, when the children come to us, they've been pulled away from their parents and, you know, no matter what, these kids love their parents and it's challenging at times. So they really have to know forgiveness and grace and mercy and love children and have patience. So
now they would have to have a calling because being a parent is sometimes challenging with your own children, let alone children who come from a very difficult background.
Exactly.
And every child has different needs,
Yes.
so you have to be extremely flexible, I would assume.
Absolutely, and I mean, even our own children. I mean, you have 3 kids. I mean, every one of my kids are totally different.
Well,
you know,
true.
and so you have to learn them and know how what to do and discipline and everything. So.
Yeah, and I would imagine children in this situation already have one strike against them because they're coming from, in many cases, I guess, broken homes.
Yes.
They're emotionally challenged, struggling to understand why. A lot of them have guilt, I suppose, thinking it's their fault. And of course, we know that's not the case.
Right.
How do you deal with those situations? What are some of the challenges that they face in that situation?
Well, you know, when a child comes, they, like I said, no matter what, they love their parents, and sometimes, like you said, Dan, they do have guilt, and thinking that it's their fault or whatever. We have several counselors, and that are on board with us that do a lot of counseling with the children. So it is challenging, but I will say that I wouldn't want to do anything else in my life than this. It's incredible to see a child come in and have their frown turn to a smile, their despair turn to hope, and, you know, their abuse that they've had turn, you know, have walls, obviously, turn into trust and love. So.
Talk about some of the, well, can't mention names, I know, but talk about some successes that you've had. Children that were with you for a while and they finally maybe graduated or went on to a better situation, and how you were instrumental in that.
Sure. We have, gosh, I could think of, there's so many. We've been open for 5 years. One boy had come in. I think he's probably about 20 now. Oh, wow. And he's in college.
Great.
Changing, you know, the generation. His children won't have to go through the things that he went through. And we are very, very big on education to help pull them out of where they've come from and make a better life for themselves. There's, gosh, I've had so many letters written to me. Sometimes you don't see the reward until years later. Let's see. The 2 that we adopted, they're awesome. They're incredible kids, and one is actually he'll actually be at Cleveland State this year.
Really?
He sure will.
Wow. How long ago did you adopt him?
About a year ago.
Really?
About a year ago, and he was with us for about 2 years, and then his sister was. We met her through family visits and stuff like that, and of course she had nobody either. So we said we have to take her, you know, also to keep them together.
Right.
But there's so many stories of how kids have gone on you know, and on to their family. Their parents have gotten things together and they've gone on to their, you know, their real family. And we hear stories, you know, and they'll write me letters and say, you know, I'm going to college, you know, you've really taught me what family is supposed to be like.
Wow.
I thought it was about drugs and stealing and but you taught me different. And
yeah. See, I love what you said about, you know, the one young man who's now in college and 20. His children won't have to go through what he did. It's breaking that cycle.
That's right, absolutely.
Through the education. That is so important.
Yes.
And my oldest son works in law enforcement, and it is a cycle. He says you see the same, it's a generational cycle.
Right.
And you have to find at some point a way to break that cycle in order to save the succeeding generation. Sounds like you're having some success in that.
Yes.
And I know that makes you feel really good.
Yes.
Talk about, before we have to take a break, talk about the atmosphere in the home. Is it faith-based?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you approach that?
They go to church on Wednesdays and they go to church on Sundays. They're involved in the youth group. And that's really, I mean, it's just, we run it as a Christian home.
I see. Well, it sounds like you're a great charity for the fashion show that Machelle was telling us about. If someone can't make it to the fashion show, but they'd like to support your cause, what are some of the things you need?
Well, right now we are in great need of a storage building. I know that sounds silly, but well, we'd like to have a storage building to make it a store for the children. A lot of the children that come to us have very few or little possessions, and so to have something where the clothes are hung up. We get a lot of donations from several of the retail stores, Cleveland, Dalton, and Chattanooga area, and we don't have anywhere to put them.
Oh, yeah.
And so instead of them looking through a garbage bag, it would be really awesome to have all the clothes hung up. And, and of course, we get donations from churches that do drives with food or hygiene products, and you know, somewhere to store them.
Yeah,
so
just a storage building. How large?
Probably like a 12 by 20, something
12
like
by
that.
20, yeah. That store a lot of stuff. Someone watching today and says, well, I'd like to really help, but how do I get in touch with you? So
they could go to www.mercysdoor.net.
So you have a website.
Yes.
Okay.
And they can you know, scroll through the website and find out a whole lot more about us. And
yeah, and the contact information
is there for donations.
And it tells, I'm sure, what your vision is and your goals and all of that. Wow, it sounds fantastic. And I can understand why you were selected as the charity. And you have 3 homes.
Yes.
Now, wow. You have plans to grow at all, or you?
We do. We would actually like to bring it to Cleveland. We are from Cleveland, born and raised. My husband and I graduated and got cutest couple at Bradley High School. In
Childhood sweethearts. Don't you love it?
I do.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. So.
Wow.
He is the love of my life.
There you go.
Awesome.
Wow.
He's an awesome man of God.
That's
so.
fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that. Wow, it's great. Tell us again the website.
www.mercysdoor.net.
Okay. Well, log on and you'll learn all about this wonderful home that's reaching some at-risk children who really need love and affection and attention. It sounds like they're getting it from those homes. Paula Malone with Mercy's Door Children's Homes. And we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. And we hope the fashion show goes fantastic.
Yes.
It's 7:16. We'll be back in just a moment with some other stuff. Not sure what, but we'll be back.